Hey everyone, this is Professor Robert Alexander, and I'm here with the textbook representative, John Fitzgibbons. We've been working together for over 3 years at this point, and he's going to go over how to register for the textbook, how to get it from the bookstore. We're also going to try to show you all how to access the homework, which is called Learn Smart. John, you could go ahead and take it away.
Hey guys, thanks a lot for letting me talk to you for a few minutes, and also thank you, Robert, for letting me come to talk to the students. So guys, McGraw-Hill has embraced this affordability initiative, so we've been able to track the cost of our online homework system down to the lowest possible point. And the way it works is that you actually are going to need to go to the bookstore website and get a code, and you'll go to deanza.edu/bookstore, and you'll place an online order, and you'll basically be entering your course information. Okay, so you'll enter the course and then information, and then you'll click on the bubble next to the price, and then press the add to cart button, and then continue to check out, and you'll make your payment, submit your order. And once they receive your order and accept your payment, they'll email you the code. It's called the DDA code to the student. And it could take up to 5 days to email the codes because of a volume of students are using this program. But the good news for you guys is that for the first day of class, you'll have access to all your course materials and to the ebook. And so what I suggest you do is when you go into register through Canvas, and your professor is going to give you a link, a video that you can follow. It's very easy. And you'll be able to go in there, and one of the options is a 2-week courtesy access. So why don't you guys start with that? You can get online your first day of class, and you can start using the ebook, and you can start using doing your Connect assignments. The other thing I want you to know is that we have a tech support number that you guys will probably see on the syllabus. And tech support's open pretty much 24 hours, Monday through Thursday, and then there's some separate hours on the weekend, and you'll see those. The number is 800-331-5094. It's very important for you guys to write that down somewhere. So say you're home and you're logging in to register and you're having a browser issue. You don't call your professor, you call tech support, and they deal with these issues, all the time, and they resolve them on the phone. If there's an issue that's more complex, they'll escalate it to the engineering team, and then you guys will hear back from us shortly. You'll be receiving a case number. Keep the case number handy, and that's how we're going to track the issue. But generally speaking, they resolve the issues pretty quickly. So that's and you'll be registering through your Canvas accounts. So as soon as you click into your first assignment, you're going to see that 2-week courtesy access, and then you'll be able to enter your code when it arrives from the bookstore. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is take you into Connect. We're going to go into your professor's course, and I'll just show you some aspects of Connect so you can become familiar with it. Okay, this is the home page, and you'll see on the right-hand side, you'll see the ebook. So there you go. You have an ebook there that you can utilize if you want. Now, your professor has set up assignments for you guys. And these are Learn Smart assignments. And basically what he's asking you to do is to go in and read the chapter and understand the basic vocabulary and the basic concepts before you come to the next lecture, which will enable him to talk to you about, important applications. He could do some group work. He can do other things when you guys come prepared to the lecture. So let's click on preview, and let's show you guys how this works. And then preview the module.
You'll see this is quite intuitive. And there's a reason behind why we have some of the things in terms of I know it, I think so, I'm unsure, no idea.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what I think, Robert, I think what we should do is go to the read app in the lower left-hand corner, the read button down here, over to the right. No, keep going over to the right. And then it says read in the lower left. Okay. So when you go in and read your book, you will see yellow highlighted material. And this denotes the key objectives, learning objectives, the key vocabulary. We want you to read the chapter. You'll read probably, 8 or 10 pages, thereabouts. And we want you to read small chunks of information because that's how you're going to remember it. And when we did our market research, when we were developing this program like 8 years ago, we asked learning scientists, cognitive scientists, how do students learn the best? And they all said they need to read small chunks of information. And then they said your learning system should ask them questions about what they've read so that that information is stored in their long-term memory. So after you've done your reading, okay, you go down to the lower left and you'll see a practice button. And we'll click on the practice button and you'll get questions about what you've read. Now, what if you, which is very common, what if you don't have any idea what the answer is? I strongly suggest you click on read about this on the right-hand side and you go out to the book and you read about this subject and then come back and answer the question. And that's a good way to study. So what I'm going to ask you to do is answer the question, and then I want you to record your confidence level down below. And you need to be honest with the system because what it's doing is it's storing the data and it's finding out areas you're strong in, areas you're not so strong in. And then during the semester, it'll recharge you, or during the quarter, it'll come back and ask you questions it knows you're not sure of. So that's a real benefit to you guys so that when you sit for a midterm or a final, you've got the information in your long-term memory. So, hey, Robert, just pretend you're a student and just click on one of the answers here. It doesn't
Okay.
get it right.
So it says, in a human sexuality class such as this, what does the text suggest helps remind us there is no single sexual behavior, attitude, or value in America? I think I know this. So I'm going to say the presence of students from numerous ethnic groups.
Okay, and how confident are you, Robert? What are you going to choose?
I think so.
Okay, good.
No, we'll go with I know it.
Okay.
Hey.
So he got the answer correct, guys. And now we're storing that information and then we're moving him on to a new area, a new question. And I want you guys to take note of the number of items left in this assignment. He has 67. So you need to complete all the items in this module in order to get credit for your Learn Smart assignment. And I think they're set up probably on average to last 40 minutes or something like that. Robert, you can clarify that, but what would you say the average Learn Smart assignment?
I would say the average is going to range between 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay,
chapter.
That makes sense. Some of you will take longer. Some of you, will get through it a little quicker. But remember something: you're not really competing against anyone. This is your personal tutor, and this is a learning system. So we're not grading you A through F. But what we're doing is, if you complete the assignment by the due date and keep track of the due date, you'll get credit. You'll get points towards your homework. And that will be an important part of your grade. So make sure you do your assignments on time. The other thing that's really great is that there are reports available to your professor and also to you. And you can see on the left-hand side, you can see the reports over here. So, and Robert, if you go up to the Return to Instructor view at the top, I want to show the students something because this will be, and then you can click on the home page. So guys, your professor is going to want to find out when you did the assignment, what were your commonly missed questions? What were your most challenging learning objectives? And he can go to the performance tab at the top. He can click on reports, and then he can go in and find out how each of you are doing individually and how the class is doing as a whole. And he can review that material. He goes down to view all reports at the bottom. And then he goes down to the bottom and he clicks on Learn Smart. If you scroll down, Learn Smart, and goes in there and he sees all these different reports that are available to him. And also to you guys, when you come in for office hours and you want some one-on-one time, he can go into the student view, learner details, and he can see how you're doing as a student. So it's really a great way for you guys to stay engaged, especially during this time of COVID. We also, you know, it's very important when you're taking an online class to be accountable for your work. And this is a great way to be accountable and to stay engaged. So
now it's important for you all to know that you're going to be responsible for 2 chapters a week starting next week. So we'll be working on chapters 1 and 2 starting next week. The following week, you'll be focused on completing chapters 3 and 4. The week after that, you'll be responsible for 5 and 6, so on and so forth. And folks, this is 180 points, okay? So if you like to get points with nothing taken away from you, there is no time limit on completing the homework assignments. There are deadlines, but you can take as long as you want working through each chapter. So I know if I was a student, when I was a student, and I was given the opportunity to do a homework assignment, and I know if I completed it to the best of my ability, that I was guaranteed to get that 180 points, which is a third of your grade, then I would do everything within my power to complete all of the questions. So I just want to remind you, I will, like John mentioned, I'll be logging in, seeing how you're doing, and you may or may not get a reminder from me to keep up on the homework assignments. This is your job as a student.
So guys, the research, in closing, the research shows that if you utilize these assignments and you're engaged and you stay current with your works, you come to the class prepared, the next lecture prepared, you understand the basic vocabulary and the key concepts, you know, you're going to be engaged, you're going to have a really active participation in the class. You're going to enjoy the class a lot more, and I can guarantee you your professor is going to enjoy teaching the class a lot more when you come in prepared. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions, you know, feel free to, you know, call tech support. You're going to have their phone number. And then if you have some questions about this presentation, you can always ask your professor and he can relay me the questions. Okay? And thank you very much, guys. I wish you luck in the class.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you.
Okay, thank you, Robert.